Hello and good morning everyone. Heather here. I'm here just to show you a tutorial of how I'm going to go from this hot mess of a backdrop to this here. Let's get started. Alright, so we have this beautiful mama to be, but we have this very messy backdrop that needs to be fixed. So I'm going to just show you what I would do. So I'm going to take my background, I'm going to drag it to the little plus sign to make a new layer, and I'm going to get my square marquee tool, and I'm just going to select little sections and hit Shift Backspace on your keyboard, and it'll bring up your content aware fill. You want to make sure that the contents are at content aware, normal, and opacity is 100%, and you just hit OK. Alright, so you might accidentally get stuff like this, and if that happens, you just try again. So I'm gonna make a larger selection and just see what that does. And Shift Backspace, hit OK on the content aware. Alright, so I'm going to select the next large piece here and then Shift Backspace. Alright, so now that side is fixed. I'm just going to make another copy. So to add another copy on top of these two layers without affecting these two layers, you just hit Shift Control Alt E on your keyboard, and it'll just bring up a third layer without altering. It just basically merges these two layers together on top. Alright, so I'm gonna again take my square marquee and just make a selection of about here. I don't want to get too close to the skirt because I'll show you how I'm going to edit the skirt part after. So Shift Backspace. Okay, and I'll just make one more selection before working on the skirt. Just see how this does here. All right, a little bit. Okay, Control D. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually make another new layer. So Shift Control Alt E, and I'm going to actually bring it up into Liquify. So I just went up to Filter and then Liquify. Here's my brush controls on my forward warp tool. I have the size right now at 200, but I have pressure. I brought it down to 40%. I think when you open it up, originally it's like at 50, but I just brought it down a little bit. And I'm going to just use this to bring the skirt and the backdrop out. And you can also like fluff up the skirt even too if you want to. I like to do that sometimes on these like really ruffly dresses, is just kind of make it even more volume. And just pull that out. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there. Maybe I'll bring this out a little bit more. So right about there, I'll hit OK. And then I'm just gonna get my square marquee tool and grab this last selection and hit OK. Okay, a little bit of the dress in there. So we'll try again, Shift Backspace. Okay. Alright, so now what you could do is you can go grab your patch tool and patch this out. Or you could try again with the fill and just see where you get with that, but I'm gonna just use my patch tool just to kind of touch up the backdrop now. Just gonna bring it over here. There we go. And this is what I love about these paper backdrops, is they're just so easy to clean up with the patch tool. All right. And to kind of even hide some of this too, you can just add a texture on top, which is usually what I do with my maternity photos. And just clean up the little spots down here at the bottom from her shoes. All right, one more thing I want to show you with this photo is this client really didn't like color. And so the backdrop had a little bit of like a yellow tone to it, and her dress is blue, so she wants everything to be white and gray. So I'll show you how I'm going to adjust that. All right, so here's my camera raw, and all I'm going to do is go to the color mixer here and adjust the HSL. So I'm going to go to saturation, and I'm going to grab the yellows, and I'm just going to bring the saturation of the yellows down some more here. As you can see, it just kind of brought those yellows down. It's not going to affect her skin because her skin is more red and orange. I actually might bring the saturation of the orange down like just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. And then we're going to bring the blues also way down to make them gray, and maybe also the aquas, just to make sure we got all of those blue colors out. And I might go over to luminance and just make the blues a touch darker, which will bring that gray tone down a bit, and same with the aqua tones. I'm gonna do that as well. And I might have to bring it up again into there and bring the tones down. Maybe there's a bit of purple in there. Let's see if it will bring that out. Maybe I just brought the luminance down a bit too much. Let's bring that back up a bit. All right. Okay, so I'm just going to show you before we made any of those adjustments, and then after. I'm just gonna zoom in here. You can still see some blue up in her top here, so I'm probably gonna bring it up once more. So I'll make again another layer adjustment. So that was Shift Control Alt E, and go to filter, go back into camera raw, and do it again. All right, again, I'm just gonna zoom into the top here, and we'll see if we bring the blues out again. Oh, sorry, I'm making them darker again. Saturation. Let's see if that will help by doing it once more. I feel like there is some purple in there. Maybe some magenta. I don't think that's affecting her skin at all, so that's good. I think it helped a little bit. Yeah, it definitely helped a little bit. You can see it right in there. So if I turn that off, you can see just all of that right around the edge here. And now it's gray. So yeah, it definitely helped, and definitely looks gray, so that's good. All right, so I'm just gonna turn all of these layers off. So that's the before, and that is the after. I hope this was a helpful tutorial for you. If you are using smaller backdrops and you need to fix them in post, it's quite simple. I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on that. And if you like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and the bell if you don't want to miss any more tutorials like this one. And we will see you in the next video. Bye!